While using structural family therapy approach, I will be using family systems therapy, which assumes that the client has a problematic behavior that may serve a function in the purpose for the family, be a function of the family's inability to operate productively, especially during developmental transitions, or be a system of dysfunctional pattern handed down across generations. So, with my approach today, I will be attempting to do a conceptual shift by changing the way the family interacts with one another, with a basic change in the way they converse during arguments and/or small discussions during their day. It will be one small step into many different therapeutic sessions throughout this year.
I'm Shannon. I'm 24 years old. I'm here because my dad made me, probably another punishment for something that I didn't do. Yeah.
Hi, my name is John, and I'm here because I'm been upset lately a lot, and recently I came real close to slapping my daughter, Shannon, and that was just too close for comfort for me, and I just want to be able to talk about it, with a therapist.
Okay. Thank you guys for meeting me here. I know this is our second session, and first one was kind of just us introducing, but I heard that there was an issue that happened recently, and just kind of wanted to talk a little bit about that. First, let's get Shannon's perspective here. What happened this week?
Well, I came home, and I always come home a little bit later, but it's not too late. Parked behind my dad, but I parked I gave myself some room, and I always leave my keys on, like, the front door, and went to bed.
Okay, and what was your perspective of that situation? What happened?
Well, she comes home, as she said, not too late, but I think 3:30 in the morning is pretty late. And she said I gave myself room. So, I get up in the morning, I have to go to work, and she has plenty of room because she's parked, she's going to bed, she's heavy. But I have to move her car in order to get my car out so I can go to work. And, it's not an isolated incident, it happens all the time. And if it's not that, it's something else, Shannon, you know this. And, I just get really angry about it.
How did you manage to get your car out that morning?
I woke her up.
And what was your response to being woken up?
Well, my keys are right there. Go move it yourself.
What an attitude, huh? That's what I deal with every day. It's, go do it yourself. I'm just a little pissed off about it.
Well, I have a job too. Mine's just later.
You have a job?
Yeah.
She works like part-time about twice a month.
No, it's a job.
Where, really?
Yeah.
Where do you work at?
The restaurant.
Yeah, she orders coffee. That's what she gets. That's her job. You don't bring no money home.
Why?
I never see a paycheck. I don't know.
Okay,
Anyway, hey,
okay.
listen, it's a problem. It's a problem.
Okay.
I don't know. She doesn't have a job. She's just saying she has a job. I've been hearing this for the last 8 months. I got a job.
Okay, well, is this the same kind of interaction that you guys tend to have at home?
Every morning.
Is it the same for you?
Yeah, because every morning she parks her car right behind mine. You'd think that she would just slide over a little bit. But I wake her up at 6:30 in the morning so I could go to work.
I see. And so I can tell that you guys don't really communicate much.
No, not, well.
I don't have time.
And how long have you both been living together under the same roof by yourselves?
I think since she was born. She's 24, still living at home.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's an issue. But don't misunderstand me. I love Shannon. She's my daughter. She's very important to me. But I just want her to grow up a little bit and be more responsible. It's not like I'm asking for a lot. I'm not asking for a lot. You know that.
And what do you think about that, Shannon? How does that make you feel, hearing your dad say that?
It just kind of hurts my feelings. It makes me seem like I'm just a piece of shit.
So we did the Genogram last intake, and you said something about not having your wife in the home anymore.
Yeah, Justine.
Yeah, and what has that been like for you?
Well, you know, it's been tougher because, you know, instead of having two parents in the home, there's just one.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, in that respect, it's been a little bit tougher because I'm the single parent now with Shannon. But, you know, in another way, it's been kind of a relief, you know, because it's been an adjustment, I guess. I don't know.
Okay. And what kind of, do you feel like any of these problems started with Shannon when you guys moved in together by yourselves? Or do you feel like they were also when?
I think they've always kind of been there. You know, I think we babied Shannon. Mom and I both did, and I think she's a little bit spoiled. So, you know, I suppose it's our fault to some degree. But she is 24 now, right? And you know, it's not like I'm asking for a whole lot. I just want you to be able to park on the other side of the driveway, so I don't have to wake you up in the morning.
There's no room.
So what does it sound like your dad is saying about your mom? How did that make you feel, hearing what your dad just said about your mom not being in the home anymore?
It bothers me
Why is that?
because it's like he doesn't even care that she's not here anymore. I'd rather go live with her.
Crying out loud. We divorced for a reason, you know. You know. So, what do you want? She's gone. We're divorced. I had to get on with my stuff.
Okay, so let's try something new. We're gonna try. I want you guys to talk to each other, but I want you to, when you address her, tell her how you feel in your perspective, and not necessarily. And let's go back to the scenario from the beginning. So when Shannon left her keys up on the door,
Okay.
and how that made you feel, and how she makes you feel within the household, but from using a lot more I statements, such as, I feel this way when this happens. Okay? And Shannon, would you do the same for me? Would that be okay?
Okay.
Okay? And instead of yelling at each other back and forth, because it seems like a communication issue constant, and this could be maybe more improved, and maybe this will be a good way to do that.
Okay.
But I'm also going to ask if Shannon, would you switch seats with me? And would that cause you to feel any angst, or do you feel more comfortable where you're at?
I can do that.
Okay? All right. Okay. So now if you both just go ahead and start, Shannon.
I feel like you're always picking on me.
Okay, how about rather than saying, you know, you're always picking on me, what about how being picked on feels like?
Okay, I feel belittled all the time whenever you pick on me and tell me that I need to grow up.
And how does hearing that make you feel, John? Coming from?
Yeah, I'm not trying to belittle you or make you feel less than the young woman you are. I'm not trying to do that.
How does that make you feel, though? Using a lot of I statements. So it's not
Oh.
really about her
Okay.
right now. It's how does hearing what she said make you feel?
That makes me feel like a bad person, because I'm not trying to make her feel that way, so I feel bad.
Oh, direct it towards her, as if you're talking to her.
I'm sorry. I'm not trying to make you feel bad about that being.
Well, and
You know, a little
also,
girl.
like, I do try. I have a job, and it's something to me. It means something to me, because I am doing something.
And how does hearing that make you feel? Using the my statements that we talked about in the first session.
I feel argumentative right now. I don't understand. I mean, you have a job and...
Well, use your I statements. How does it make you feel that she is working hard towards feeling that she does have that job?
I feel that's good.
Okay, so that's a very, it doesn't have to be, you don't have to have an elongated conversation to understand your own feelings. And it's hard because we don't always know how other people make us feel. So also being able to recognize how you feel is part of the process. Okay?
Okay.
So just constantly trying to use I statements, meaning I don't talk about how you necessarily affect me, but how I'm affected by the situation at hand. So you came home late and that caused you to feel anger, right? So
Yeah.
that I felt angered by this situation and that it bothered you that he was angry. So I feel that it wasn't my responsibility, but I'm trying really hard. I mean, anything that is from I-centered. So let's start one more time from the beginning. And let's try not to blame one another for what's going on within the home, but rather using a lot of how I feel and direct it towards the other person. So basically, just look at him and tell him how you feel.
I feel kind of stressed, I guess. And sometimes I feel like it was my fault that you and Mom split up.
Joe, what are you feeling? John, what are you feeling right now?
I feel stressed too, you know, and but I feel stressed because I have to wake you up in the morning, and I don't want to do that.
Wait, so we're trying to use I statements, so not to blame her for why you feel stressed, but how did it make you feel to hear what she just said about her mom? How does that feel for you?
Well, that's painful to me. I feel sad about that because it's not your fault.
See, and that is a great way to do conversation within the home. And whenever you guys feel like you start arguing again, just take a deep breath, stop for a moment, and try to use a lot of these I statements, because it's not about blaming one another in the home. And it's understandable that, you know, Shannon is coming home late and that bothers you, but at the same time, you cannot forget or disregard each other's feelings. And part of that is understanding your feelings first. And once you give that attention, then you guys might be able to see each other on a similar level. So how did it feel not to have an argument, and more so a conversation about your feelings? Shannon, go ahead and go first.
I guess a little more productive.
That's good. Good to hear. How does it make you feel, John, hearing that?
It feels good. It feels good because I don't want to argue. I just want to resolve our issues. I have to tell you, this is going to take some time for me to get used to because I think we're programmed just to attack.
Well, good. But it's a good place to start.
Yeah.
And we'll see each other again next week too.
Okay.
So we'll do this all together. It'll be a process for all three of us.
Okay.
Does that sound good? And can you guys both promise me you'll try to do this at home more often? Even though she'll continue on maybe on her same deal right at the moment. But until then, at least you guys have better tools to use as far as your communication skills. And maybe more empathy for one another.
I will try. I'll try. I want peace.
Yeah. And will you do the same, Shannon?
Sure.
All right, guys. Thank you for coming in, and we'll see you again next week.
Thank you.